Welcome back. In the last video, we created a file. Today, we're going to go through and finish setting up the file. To do that, we'll just fill in the information that was not requested in the initial file setup. So we'll start by going just down here to the purchaser or borrower. In this screen, you'll have the option to select either an individual or legal entity. Let's go ahead and select a legal entity. This legal entity, we're just going to put in ATGF and the address. Now you have the ability, you can put in the phone number, fax, email, attention of, etc. However, what we're going to do is, because this is a business, we're going to select the incorporation box and we're going to put in Jane Doe as a name, and she's a member because she's going to be signing the documents. Assuming we don't need to put anyone else on here, we'll select close. However, these boxes with additional information will continue to populate each time you add a new borrower. You can put as many as you like in here. So go ahead and select close, and you'll see that the information populated here on the screen. Let me go ahead and make this screen a little bit bigger here. There we go. That encompasses the full screen. Now we'll go here to seller. We'll click here, and we'll choose who the seller is. We'll just do Sally Seller. And all of this information is correct, so we'll go ahead and close here, and that information populates as well. So here we have the names match vesting. You just need to make sure that all the names match exactly as they need to be. Punctuation, capitalization, everything. Just make sure it's all exactly the way that you want it. Once you've validated that, just check this box. If you do not check this box, a commitment cannot be issued. You will get an error on that. From here, we jump into the property address and details. Let's go ahead and click the Enter Edit button so we actually go into this screen. Now here you'll see all the information that was populated before whenever we created the file in the prior video. All of this information is the same. Now here at the bottom of the screen, we have our ability to put in the legal description. Or you can copy and paste it in. Now in the old version of Epic in Internet Explorer, there was an option here to do a spell check. With Chrome, the spell check works as you go, so that option is not available here. You'll just look for the red lines if there is an issue. Now, if you already have the legal description in a PDF format or whatnot that you want to include on here, and this is especially true whenever you have the longer meets and bounds legal descriptions that are just really a pain to type in, it's sometimes easier to have that file uploaded. You can actually click here to upload the file. Choose your file here once you've selected it from where you have it stored at on your computer. Just select upload. It will upload the file, and you'll get a message on this screen that just simply says to see the following page. We're not going to do that because I'm not on a computer that has a file that I can use, so we'll just leave it as the way it is. We'll scroll back up and select close. Always use the orange buttons, don't use the X's, because sometimes that information will not save. So let's go ahead and close. Now we're into the information for the lender or lenders. If you notice, you'll only have one field here to fill in. Epic will only present information as needed. So in this particular case, Epic has no idea that we have a second mortgage on this, so it's only going to give us the option for the first one. So let's go ahead and fill this in. We'll select the orange button here, select all lenders, and we'll just do Academy Bank or Academy Mortgage. Now you see, once we've selected that, our second option opens up. And then we can select here and go in and select who our second mortgage is through. So we're just going to do a search here. I'm going to search for, let's say, um, Bank of America. Let's see if we have that one in there. And we do. So we're going to use the first one here. And once you click on it, it adds it in. And again, Epic presents another option because it doesn't know if you have a third mortgage on here. So we're done with what we need to do with entering our lenders into the account. Now let's go ahead and add in our loans. So we're going to say here that we're getting one loan for 150,000. Oops, might be nice if I type in 150,000. And we can type in our loan number. If you don't know a loan number, one has not been assigned, you can just simply put in NA. That works just fine for the time being as a placeholder. You can change it later prior to issuing the policy. For the second mortgage from Bank of America, we're going to say it's 50,000. And again, they haven't assigned a loan number yet, or if they have, they haven't bothered to tell us about it. These fields here for interest rate are for your CD and your HUD, your disbursement information. You can put the information here if you wish, or you can fill it in at a later time or as you're doing your financial in the back end. Laura will be doing a separate video on that. So here we're just going to put in interest rate. You can also add your listing agent, your selling agent, and your mortgage broker, and any attorneys that are attached to this file. So just to make sure that we have all the information that we need, we'll go ahead and click here, enter edit. And we have the option to put in an address as well, so let's go ahead and put that in. Now here it's not really, you can use the state abbreviation CO or you can spell it out, whichever works best for you. Any of the other information you want to fill in here, just type in the information that you would like to have. Otherwise, go ahead and select OK. And that information automatically populates here. And we're going to say that they're getting a 2.25% commission. We have the selling agent as well. We'll put this in here. And we'll just go ahead and leave the address blank. Now we have this information in here, and we're saying that we're going to do a 2.75% commission here. Now, I don't have any other information that I want to put in here. However, if you do, it works exactly the same. Click that Enter Edit button and fill in the information that you want to have in there. Once you're done, just go back up to the top of the screen and select Save. And then you'll get the message that says it was saved successfully. And before we get out of the GenInfo tab, I wanted to point out a couple more things. The first thing here is who has the file. If you click here under Enter Edit for this will pull up a new screen. You can select the three dots here. It's called an ellipse. Select that. Pull this up and let's add a user. So we'll go with the user ID here. We'll do Laura. Laura Jones has this file. LJ would be the initials. Job title here, she is an examiner. Her office phone number is 303-899-0911 because she's important. And you can choose a contact method here. Just use work phone as the contact. Select location, and Laura's in Denver, so we'll just put that information in here and select OK. Now whenever you go in here, you should be able to select Laura, and that information will show. Now you can, under file status, you can select that and select that Laura is currently doing order entry on this one because she's helping out. Select close, and now you have the information that says who actually has the physical file and what they're doing with the file. And you can update this as you go along. Again, click Enter Edit. On the next line, you're going to say we're doing abstracting, assessing, ordering services, examination, pre-closing, closing, it's ready for recording, or we've issued the policy, or we're ready to issue the policy. Whatever those file statuses are, you can put those in there and be able to keep track just at a glance once you log into the file to see exactly where it is. The other option that I wanted to show you here that's available to you is the Switch to 2010 HUD. If you click this, this will give you the option to go to a HUD. By default, Epic gives you the CD, the closing disclosure. However, if you do need the HUD, you can select that option. Just keep in mind that anything that you've entered into that closing disclosure disbursement tab here will be deleted whenever you switch over to the HUD. So we want to make sure that this is something that you do before you make any changes so you don't have to reinvent the wheel. So I want to stick with the closing disclosure for right now, and we'll leave that there. So all of our changes, we'll select Save, and it is saved successfully. And this is the GenInfo tab. Stay tuned for our next video. We'll go over the policies.